Welcome back. I'm Ashley Reed, and I am joined here this morning with Research Coordinator Russ Green from the Marine Sanctuary. He's here to talk with us a little bit about the shipwreck, the Monahans. But first, I guess, let's kind of start off. Why are there so many shipwrecks here in the sanctuary?
Yeah, it's really just, it's geography. I mean, if you're going to Lake Superior or you're going to Lake Michigan, you're going to Chicago or Duluth, you're coming by the Marine Sanctuary, coming by Thunder Bay and Alpena, and that's really the story. So there's so many ships over time going back and forth, and then, of course, it's a pretty hazardous place, or can be. So. Okay,
and then we're here to talk about the Monahans. So I guess, tell me a little bit more about the history behind this shipwreck and the ship in general.
Yeah, it was built in 1872. It's a wooden bulk freighter, and it was really purpose-built to carry iron ore. In the 1840s, iron ore was found in the UP, and people knew right away that this was going to be a huge commodity, so they purpose-built ships to carry big loads of it. So it's basically kind of a big tub that you load up with iron ore or any other bulk commodity. It could be grain, could be stone, and haul it around the Great Lakes. This was a pretty small ship, and it went from Escanaba to Chicago, purpose-built to do that, about 160 feet long, 30 feet wide. And it had a long career. It sailed until 1907, until it wrecked.
Okay, and then where is this shipwreck?
It's right off of Thunder Bay Island. So if you think of the mouth of the bay as it opens up, Thunder Bay Island, Sugar Island, right off the tip of North Point. And it sank in a storm, November, a pretty rough time of year, and sought refuge right in the lee of Thunder Bay Island. And it's because it was a wooden ship and aging, and it was steam powered. It caught fire, and that that was not uncommon for an aging, dried out ship to sort of, you've got fire on board, you're firing your boiler, and in this case it caught fire, and they sort of dragged it closer to shore so it would sink in shallow water. Then maybe you'd be able to salvage it, but in this case they couldn't, and there it is today.
Okay, and then I know we have some B-roll, some video footage of the actual dive site, so I'll have you walk us through that a little bit. If we can go ahead and roll that video here. I guess kind of take us through this dive site and what it's like.
Yeah, it's great. It's only about 20 feet deep, and you can see it's really clear, very dynamic out there, so not a lot of zebra mussels and even algae over the course of the season. There's a propeller. You can see some of the machinery here. It had a steam engine and a single propeller. Earlier in the shot, you saw a boiler, which would have powered all of this and created the steam. See some machinery there at the stern. Again, super clear site, great for kayaking, great for snorkeling, or even beginning scuba divers. And you can see we're going down the length of the ship. Really the very bottom is what's left. This is the lower bilge. And you can get a full glimpse of ship construction, some of the machinery, and have an enjoyable dive site. I should also say that just inshore from this is great fossil hunting as well. So if you're snorkeling along the shoreline of Thunder Bay Island, you can hunt for fossils as well.
Okay, and then for tourists who come, I guess, and the public, what is their access like to this site?
There's a mooring buoy there. The sanctuary puts a mooring buoy out. And so getting out there is not that difficult. Hooking up to the site, I mean, really, you can look over the side of your boat and see it. So it's full access. Not all of the shipwrecks in the Marine Sanctuary are full access. We want the public to get out there to get a look at it and really appreciate these places and value them and help us sort of protect them. The other side of it is if you don't dive, of course, the glass bottom boat goes out there. And this was a cool site, and really the one that helped the glass bottom boat come to Alpena. Because you can see how the visibility is fantastic, and if you're an entrepreneur, your mind is starting to roll like, hey, I think I can make this work. And so they'll go out there, of course, many times over the course of the summer with tourists who don't jump in the water.
Yeah, I know when my mom came to visit when I first moved down here this summer, we took one of the glass bottom boat tours, and it was a great time, and you can definitely see the ships down there.
Absolutely, and you get an appreciation for how big it is and how the site is laid out, and that's one of 50 in the Marine Sanctuary, and really 100 in this chunk of Lake Huron.
Very, very neat. Well, that's all the time we have, but thank you so much for joining us. And now everyone knows a little bit more about one more shipwreck. So.
Thanks.